The MiG has you in his gun sight. What were you thinking at this point?
You don't have time to think up there. If you think, you're dead.
No. There's two O's in Goose, boys.
God, you love flying with you, Maverick.
You guys really are cowboys.
What's your problem, Kazansky? You're everyone's problem. That's because every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous.
That's right.
Nice, man. I am dangerous.
Talk to me, Goose.
In there, for Christ's sake! Ice is in trouble. He's got no cover. Get in there.
Son, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
Still dangerous. You can be my wingman anytime.
Bullshit. You can be mine.
All right, here we go.
So they're hugging now.
It's blockbuster month, summer months.
It's blockbuster summer,
Yeah, that's
everybody.
right.
It's a blockbuster movie every single week.
That's right.
And we're starting off with a good one.
Top Gun, 1986, I want to say.
1986 Top Gun. Why did we decide to start with this one?
I think it was the lowest hanging fruit. I feel like this is the one that people are like, oh yeah, I've seen that 45 times.
Yeah.
And I tend to think that people enjoy listening to movies that they've seen over and over and over again.
Yeah.
However, you want to tease a few else that we're doing this in the next few months?
Let's see. What else did we decide to do? Or at some point, we're going to do Jaws. We're going to do The Dark Knight. We're going to do Gladiator. We're going to do Raiders of the Lost Ark. We're going to do the movies that everybody has seen. And if you haven't seen them,
Go see it.
You need to see them because they're kind of part of our pop culture understanding. People use them as examples of what other people like make their movies based on, or just things that we say in our culture that are based on these movies. So
That's right.
Go watch them.
Last week we did Spaceballs. It was a tight 38 minutes. I got a feeling this one is I got a lot on my notes.
Okay.
I'm guessing you do too.
Yeah, interesting things.
Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. So what's your experience of this movie before we set the scene?
This movie came out this summer between, I know it's a little remember when-ish, but this came out between freshman and sophomore year of high school. So it was obviously a very popular movie for our demographic, for our age group, for Gen Xers. It made a big impact. It was kind of everywhere in, in our culture. And I didn't know what pilots did. I didn't know that
they
people
fly planes, sweetie.
I know. I just meant I didn't know that we actually flew planes that way. I mean, again, remember I was only like 15.
Yeah.
I was like, is that real? I had never seen anything like that.
Well, the closest
before.
I had was to the Blue Angels, because we see the Blue Angels at the Air and Water Show.
We do, but had you seen them yet by that time?
Oh, sure.
You had.
Yeah. But I had no experience of fighter jets. And I know maybe Blue Angels are fighter jets,
right,
but they were there for us to kind of look at and do cool stunts, not to shoot bad guys out of the sky.
Right.
So anyways.
Even though this movie kind of keeps from talking about who we're shooting out of the sky.
Well, when you know why that is.
Because it's an apolitical movie?
Because the Navy needed to cooperate in the making of this movie, and they had certain restrictions. And those restrictions were originally it was supposed to be over the Cuban airspace or something, had something to do with Cuba. And they're like, no, let's not do that. Let's put it generically over the Indian Ocean. And then the bad guys are in very vague helmets and you can't tell what country they're from.
And one part of this movie that I kind of, when we watched it last night again, that I was like, oh, I don't remember this, is at the very beginning of the movie when basically the thing that Maverick and Goose do, where they put their I was going to call it spaceship, their airplane or their jet over the other jet.
Yeah.
Like they do that upside down thing.
Yeah.
That whole scene, that was what's happening there? Why are they even in that
They're
situation?
just messing with each other. So
but are they messing with each other? Who is in that other jet?
The bad guys.
But who, that's my point. That's what I'm asking. Who are the bad guys? And
They neutered it. They sanitized it. They don't want us to know. They just want us to know they're bad guys.
so, but when they go
Our
upside
enemies.
down
Yeah.
and Goose takes the Polaroid
Yeah.
and they flip off the bad guys,
Yeah.
the bad guys are like, wah, wah,
Yeah.
I'm going to go home
Yeah.
because they put a jet above us. Like, I don't get it.
I think that they weren't going to do anything regardless of flipping them the bird or not.
Okay.
I just want to just try this just for fun.
Okay.
Can you see the screen?
I can.
All right, let's give it a try. All
right.
I can't shoot this son of a bitch. See if we can have a little fun with it.
Who is it?
Your idea of fun, man. Greetings. Watch the birdie.
Looks a little cheesy, actually.
Well, and then, so basically, then what happens is the bad guys are like, we're going home. But why are they bad guys? And I just don't understand what's happening.
I think it's a bunch of guys that are messing with each other without really wanting to kill each other.
Okay.
And once Maverick's like, well, it doesn't look like they're going to shoot us out of the sky, and we've been instructed not to do that. Let's have some fun with them.
Why are we out in the air messing with each other?
Maybe because these guys showed up on a radar. We're like, hey, we got to check this out because they might be attacking the aircraft.
Okay, that's helping me a little bit. So what you're saying is these guys showed up on the radar and everyone's like, who are these guys?
Or they could have stumbled across them. I don't really remember.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, these are the things we know. So do you want to set the scene?
Let's set the scene. I know it's lower.
It's very quiet.
I will increase it. Don't worry.
Okay, you will. Thank you.
All right, so let's set the scene. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to set it with this information. It stars Tom Cruise. He's Lieutenant Pete Maverick Mitchell. Kelly McGillis, she plays Charlie Blackwood. Anthony Edwards is Nick.
No, she plays Charlotte Blackwood.
Well, Charlie is her call sign, maybe?
Call sign. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Edwards plays Nick Goose Bradshaw. Val Kilmer is Tom Kaczynski, also known as Iceman. Tom Skerritt, the guy from
Steel Magnolias.
And many other things.
And many others.
Plays Mike Metcalf. Michael Ironside.
Viper.
Viper is his call sign. Michael Ironside, one of the cooler names of all time. Ironside. Just sounds like a badass.
Mm-hmm.
He's Rick Heatherly, known as Jester.
Yeah.
John Stockwell, who's barely in it except for the beginning, is Cougar. Rick Rossovich. Ron Kerner, he plays Slider. Tim Robbins, fearless Tim Robbins, plays Sam Wells.
Why are you saying fearless?
Because I think he's without fear.
Because he's barely in the movie.
It's more about Tim Robbins than who he plays in the movie. And then Meg Ryan plays Carol Bradshaw.
Yeah. I was noticing that her billing, like when the movie opens, it's like they give you like the big people. And then there's a point when they list like 3 people, like kind of also starring, and she's like third. So
I believe this is her first movie, right?
Yeah. She was not anybody quite yet.
And she kind of crushed it.
Yeah.
It was it won Best Original Song for I don't know if it's Grammys or Academy Awards, right?
Well,
it would be the Academy Awards.
Grammy, it would be Academy Awards if we're talking movie awards.
But it could be a Grammy too, right?
I mean, maybe, but it wouldn't be original song. It would just be
for Take My Breath Away by Berlin.
Yeah, Berlin.
It also was nominated for Best Film Editing, Best Sound, and Best Sound Effects.
Great.
And it was directed by Tony Scott.
It was. So let's talk a little bit about Tony Scott for a second.
Okay.
So Tony Scott, people may know this, but he is the younger brother of Ridley Scott. And unfortunately, Tony Scott is no longer with us. He died by suicide many years ago. Very random. Like I was kind of reading about it, and he jumped off a bridge. And there was a lot. They're like, no, there was no drugs in his system. And there didn't seem to be any kind of foul play. But then his family said, that he had cancer, but then when they did the autopsy, he didn't. Like things like that, like kind of a story that doesn't seem to make sense, at least culturally.
Well, and this is topical. There's a hockey player, retired hockey player, who's in his 50s, I think, named Claude Lemieux, and he was honored at the Canadiens game last week.
Yeah, I know about this.
And he suddenly passed away, and I'm like, I hope he didn't die by suicide, and it looks like he did.
Yeah.
So, and you know, he had a big grin on his face when he was being honored, and it was last week, and it's just, once again, the you know, the navigation of somebody with mental health issues is sometimes really good at being hidden.
Yeah. And let's say, and again, even though it definitely is mental health, again, you know, we're getting into semantics here, it's suicidality, right? And there are people who don't have diagnoses who also can have like something happened where they have an experience of suicidality, and their ability to follow through or their decision to follow through. It's a, you know, it's a difficult thing to discuss.
Do you mean like the Robin Williams thing where he was getting sick and that's what expedited his want to die by suicide because he had a medical condition?
Well, yeah, that can be it. And there's also, I just think sometimes we'll say, I mean, this gets into, we're going Zen parenting here, but you know, this gets into, definitely there is a mental health issue if you feel suicidal, but sometimes it's also based on life experience that you're having. You've lost everything, or, you know, to your point, like maybe you have a fatal illness and you know, so again, it gets into semantics. A lot of variables. That's a good way to say it. But Tony Scott is, like I said, he is the younger brother of Ridley Scott. And I think that it's interesting to look at the movies that they have done. They both went to the same school, the Royal College of Art. Obviously, they're both Hollywood directors, but they kind of have different styles, or I shouldn't say kind of, they do. Tony was more like action, commercial entertainment, and Ridley Scott, he gravitates toward like visually ambitious genre filmmaking. So Tony Scott, just some of the movies he's done: The Hunger from 1983, Top Gun, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Revenge, Days of Thunder, The Last Boy Scout, True Romance, Crimson Tide, The Fan, Enemy of the State, Spy Game, Man on Fire, and a few others.
It's quite a list.
I know. And then Ridley Scott, The Duelists, I don't know that movie. Alien, Blade Runner, Legend, Someone to Watch Over Me, Black Rain, Thelma and Louise, White Squall, G.I. Jane, Gladiator, one of my favorites, Hannibal, Black Hawk Down, American Gangster, Body of Lies, The Counselor, The Martian, The Last Duel, House of Gucci, Napoleon, Gladiator 2. And there's some I'm leaving out, but just they have quite the list of, you know, movies that these two brothers made. So this is a Tony Scott movie. And obviously from the movies I read, he worked with Tom Cruise a few times because they did Days of Thunder together also. But it is definitely an action movie. And I have to say that, of course, I love Top Gun because it's a big Gen X movie and there's all these great things we're going to talk about. But there's a lot of scenes that I could, you know, I was like doing something else. Do you know what I mean? I was kind of bored. So just continuing with Set the Scene. This movie, like we said, it came out in 1986. It's only 109 minutes.
It's tight.
I know.
Please hang tight.
And it's PG. It's not PG-13. And there is a sex scene in this movie.
No nudity, but a sex scene.
No nudity, but Tom Cruise doesn't do a ton of sex scenes.
No.
You know, like, I mean, again, this was early in his career. So, you know, that's not true. He did a sex scene in Jerry Maguire. He did a sex scene in Rain Man.
Did one in Risky Business, that's for sure.
Yeah, okay. I take that back. He used to
second half of his career, he's a little bit less sexiness.
Yeah, like especially when I was listening to, or when I saw Maverick, which is obviously the sequel to this movie, I kind of didn't buy it. I was like, I love Jennifer Connelly. She plays his love interest, Penny, who they refer to in Top Gun. But I don't know. I just was like, oh, I don't see Tom Cruise that way.
I feel like some of our biggest actors are not, male actors are not big into sex scenes.
Yeah. But do you think so?
Well, Tom Hanks, I can't think of him. I mean, not that they don't do it, but they don't seem like the sex symbol. Michael Douglas did a bunch of them, and maybe women thought that he was sexy, but
Michael Douglas did a bunch of them. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay. Well, also, it was a $15 million budget.
Mm-hmm.
It earned $8 million in its opening weekend, and it made $175 million domestically.
Okay.
So it was definitely the top movie. Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's only in 1 year.
Don't worry.
No?
It's got nothing to do with the listener experience.
Oh, good. Okay, everybody. Sorry. My earphone just craps out on the left side. I don't know why. So it's worldwide gross, Todd.
Yeah.
357.4 million.
It's not bad.
Not bad. So the number 2 movie of that year was Crocodile Dundee, which whatever.
Oh, I was a big fan of that.
I know. So the other thing I wanted to talk about and set the scene is the music. So not the soundtrack, which is its own thing, but the Harold Faltermeyer music.
What's the Harold Faltermeyer music?
He's the one who did the music that's the da-na.
This part. I want to play the beginning of it.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just a cool way
I know.
to start a movie.
And they did the same thing with Maverick, which was nice.
Yeah. Anyways.
And so why I say that is because he also did Flashdance and he also did Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
So we just have a lot of like, you know, again, just another 80s guy. Don't you remember hearing about Harold Faltermeyer all the time?
Never heard of him in my life.
Oh, really?
Up until 2 minutes ago.
Okay. So
Yeah.
forget it. So one more thing and set the scene. And hopefully this isn't a hidden gem for you, but Top Gun 3 is coming.
Really?
Yes.
No way.
Yes. It's coming. They announced it in April that Tom Cruise is coming back as Maverick and Jerry Bruckheimer is producing it again. Miles Teller is going to be in it again. He's Rooster. And then Glenn Powell, who's Hangman, is going to be in it. And the release date is somewhere around 2028 because I think it's Paramount. I don't know who bought it.
I think Paramount is the studio.
Is it? Because they're doing a Miami Vice reboot and then there's some UFO movie. So they have to wait till that.
Yeah.
Those are done.
All right. I don't know if I need a part 3.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, it's going to make so much money.
Yeah, well.
And Maverick was pretty good. You know, like they had a pretty good script. It was somewhat repetitive. You know, you have to like give us the greatest hits, but it was pretty good.
Well, and I think last night over dinner, I said, you know, which one do you like better? And I think I said the original. And now, even though I enjoyed when we watched it last night together, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
I think Top Gun Maverick is just a superior film.
You do?
I do now.
Okay.
I feel like there's a little more substance. I feel like this is kind of like a music video with
Okay.
a little bit of storyline sprinkled in, which is not typically my genre. But
Okay.
anyways.
I like don't know if it's even a fair comparison because of what they were doing in 1986 versus what they can do
Well, I'll
now.
tell you that the special effects, or not even special effects, like
It's real.
it holds up
Yeah.
extremely well.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like, I mean, this was 86, so it's 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think it does extraordinarily well.
Okay.
Most 1986 movies look really outdated. This one does not.
So just out of curiosity, just to kind of pull in the characters, who is your favorite in this movie? Who do you like?
Goose.
I think everybody likes Goose.
However, I do really like, what's his name? Rick Rossovich, the guy from Roxanne, Slider.
Slider, is that Iceman's RIO or whatever they're called?
Rio, whatever.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do this.
Slider. You stink.
Slider stinks. That's a good burn. Do kids say burn these days?
They go tss, like that. No, I'm just kidding.
Probably not.
I think that's what we do.
Yeah. So I like those two guys.
I like Goose as well. I think he's the most relatable and down to earth. But
he's the only one that wears a t-shirt on in the volleyball scene, though,
and shorts. That's like he's wearing normal clothes.
And the other two guys. So we'll talk about the volleyball scene at some point, but Tom Cruise is in jeans, which is so super weird.
Which is gross.
And the other two guys, I think, are wearing sweatpants.
Yes.
Unless it was cold that day, I don't get it.
I don't know.
But in volleyball, you are jumping all over and landing in the sand. So maybe sweatpants isn't such a bad idea.
And it's like they didn't want to show Goose's chest. Like it
because
was
he's a twerpo.
But he's not.
Compared to the other 3 guys, he is.
Yeah.
Plus, he's not viewed as a sexual guy because he's married. He's off the market. The other 3 guys are single fighter pilots.
Even though, do you remember what I said to you last night? Was that there is a point when they walk in the bar and, when they're going to meet Kelly McGillis for the first time. And he says something like, Maverick says something like, even you could get laid in a bar like this. Right. And I'm like, wait a second. Why is he saying that to him? He's married.
Not saying he should get laid. He's saying he could get laid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, still.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was very funny.
You're not a fan.
I wasn't a fan of it. But yeah, we can go to Remember When now.
All right. Let's do a little Okay. I don't have much for Remember When, but I have 2 things. One is the sunglasses, the aviator sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
That seemed to be a big deal, even though I don't think I've ever owned a pair of aviator sunglasses. Do I own a pair? Have you ever seen me wearing a pair of those things?
No, JC wears them. Can I read you something since you brought this up first? So this is Tom Cruise eyewear and what he did for the industry of eyewear.
Good, because I was going to talk about risky business, and I'm sure you're going to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm just going to go down the list and add whatever you want. So eyewear per Tom Cruise. 1983 risky business, Ray-Ban Wayfarers.
There you go.
That's what I wear all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Reportedly, sales went up by 50% after that movie. 1986 Top Gun, Ray-Ban Aviator Gold.
Yep.
Okay. So those are like military sunglasses. 1988, sweetie.
Yeah.
What's a Tom Cruise movie in 1988?
No clue.
Aruba,
Oh,
Jamaica.
yeah.
Okay.
So what did he wear in Cocktail?
He went back to the Ray-Bans.
Oh, went back.
He went back to
regressed.
the Wayfarers.
Okay.
1988.
You just said 1988.
Again, another movie.
Okay, go ahead.
Rain Man.
I feel like he did the risky business ones again.
He did. He did Ray-Ban
He
Wayfarers
really
again.
likes Ray-Bans.
And then in 1996, Jerry Maguire, he wore expensive for his character. He wore more expensive sunglasses. They're called Parasol 2720s.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's what I wrote down. And then in 2000, he did Mission Impossible 2, and he wore Oakleys.
Okay.
And then in 2022, he did Top Gun Maverick, and he went back to aviators.
Yeah.
But that's quite like promotional for, you know what I mean? Like Tom Cruise represented the sunglasses industry.
And he certainly had a grip. Everybody wanted to do what he was doing.
I love Wayfarers.
Do you?
Those are my favorite. I've had a lot of different sunglasses. I just buy cheap sunglasses.
You and me both.
At the gas station, and then I break them, and then I buy another pair.
Pull a Drew McFadden.
Well, and like I just said, JC did it. She, for Christmas this year, her big present was Ray-Bans. And she's like, I take such good care of them.
I feel like there's 2 different types of people on this earth.
Okay.
The $10 gas station sunglass people.
Me.
And then the Drew McFadden, JC Adams.
That's our brother-in-law, by the way.
And I feel like I think at 54, I think I'm ready to finally say to myself, I can take care of a pair of sunglasses.
Well, and I think you would, because you know how expensive they are. So you put them back in their case. It's all knowing it. The fact that I know that my sunglasses cost $12, I just throw them wherever.
What about my transitions that I bought? I asked Jess, your friend.
Huh?
So they're transitions. So when it's sunny out, it turns into sunglasses.
Old man.
And when it's not sunny out, it's normal.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, yeah, I think you might want to rethink that one. I did it anyways, and then they ended up breaking, so I don't have those anymore.
Yeah,
and
that's
they were
probably for the
progressives.
best.
Yeah.
Todd has a thing with glasses. Like, I have a friend named Jerry who said to Todd recently, does Todd know that his sunglasses are purple, and does he know that he's wearing them? Which made me laugh.
Yes and yes.
Because Todd has very strange glass attire. But
you have strange glass attire.
I don't. They're I just have readers that are in a Wayfair, style. But
go big or go home.
I know. So if you can see Todd right now, he's wearing purple glasses.
There you go.
I like them. Okay,
sweetie,
so
do you really like them? Or are you saying that because we're married?
You like them.
Yeah.
So what do I have to say about it?
Option B.
Yeah, you like them.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I mean, I don't care what you wear. I'm not like mad about it.
No, I and even if you were, it wouldn't change me one bit.
That's kind of my point. So.
The other thing about Remember When is it's called a VHS price shift. Remember when buying a movie on VHS cost about $80 because they were priced exclusively for video rental stores to make their money. Top Gun completely disrupted the entire home entertainment industry by being the very first blockbuster priced to own at a revolutionary $26.95, completely changing how we built our movie shelves at home.
Really? So interesting. So that all started then.
I buy that. I remember a lot of these movie boxes being around. So
$80 for a movie. So are you telling me that before that a VHS was
like 80
because we had to rent it?
You could rent it for $5 or you could buy it for 80.
Todd, I think it was less than $5. I think it was like $1 or something.
Maybe it was $1. I don't know.
Yeah. And then you had to be kind and rewind.
That's right. And our kids have no idea what that means.
No, they do not. My Remember When is number one. I really wanted Kelly McGillis's hair. And I worked really hard to try and make that happen. I think I even got a perm, which was probably not a good choice. I got a lot of perms in the 80s and I totally did not like, they were home perms, so they weren't very solid, meaning they didn't stick around very long. And I would always wash it immediately, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
I had a lot of things like that I look back and I'm like, why did I even bother getting a perm? I just wanted that wave that she had and I just couldn't get it. And I remember staring at the album because I had the album and being like, how did she do that? And I didn't understand the way that things worked, that they styled her.
Yeah.
Someone did that for
So if you had
her.
if you had the same stylist as Kelly McGillis, would they have been able to do that for you?
Well, no, because it's an album cover, so they're making it perfect.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like the poster.
Got it.
They're like, okay, stop. Now we're going to take a picture. And because if you watch Top Gun and you're like, I'm going to watch Kelly McGillis's hair.
Right.
It's different in every single scene. Do you notice that?
Well, she's got in the elevator, she's got the hat.
Right. But
there's a whole reason for that. Yeah.
Her hair had been colored, but they're like, it's the style versus the color.
Yeah.
Like it's never the same. And just the album was a big deal. That was my first year. It was that year that I started doing POMs or dance team or whatever you want to call it. And we did Playing with the Boys routine. We did a Danger Zone routine.
Because Playing with the Boys is, I got that.
It's
Let's hear it for the boys.
No, that's Footloose, babe.
Let's hear it for my baby. Oh, there it is. It's right here. Let me do it.
And this is our volleyball scene where everyone's just a little oiled up and sweaty.
They sure are.
Okay, and this is not a Remember When, but I'm just going to say it. This movie is so sweaty.
Mm.
Why is everyone sweaty?
That's going to be one of my hot takes is let's invest in an air conditioner in the control room, especially in the control room with the
cigar
principal
guy
from Back to the Future.
Is that who that is?
Yeah.
He's just mad.
But not at the end. He's like, Top Gun, God help us all, or God save us.
Because
he turns into a good mood at the end.
Yeah, that's because they made it.
Yeah.
Made it out alive or whatever. So yeah, I'm ready for random facts.
This is a big one because I got a lot of random facts.
Jared, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds? Jared, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
All right. Why don't you start, babe?
Okay. I'm going to differentiate between Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Army.
Okay.
Because one of the things...
Army got out early today.
Army got out early. One of the things that I didn't understand is why these pilots were in the Navy, because this is when I was younger, because I associated the Navy with boats. So I didn't understand.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Most of us do.
So this is what's going on. This is like my very low key research.
Yeah.
So those of you who are in the military, I know I'm not giving all the information, but Navy, the Navy needs planes that can launch from aircraft carriers at sea. So that's why we have jets.
Yeah.
Because and obviously that's where they land, and that's where is that where he buzzes the tower?
I don't exactly know where the tower is because I think that's at Miramar.
Okay, so
whereas
that
the middle of the ocean,
is
I think that's
different.
a different thing.
But obviously the Navy also does submarine helicopters for sea warfare. Basically, it's self-contained mobile air bases anywhere in the ocean. Okay, Air Force, it's strategic bombing, air superiority, long-range missions, F-22 fighters, cargo planes, all that kind of stuff. So they focus on controlling the sky over, if we're, God forbid, at war and that kind of thing. The Marines, they are a rapid assault force that attacks from ships to shore. So they are I think what I understand about Marines is that there's a whole culture of self-sufficiency.
Yeah.
It's like every Marine has to be a rifleman. It's got a very different kind of tagline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Army. So they do helicopters. The Army does helicopters. But
I like all you Navy boys.
Who is that? That was Kiefer Sutherland, right?
There you go.
Was that A Few Good Men?
It was
another Tom Cruise movie. So
the end of that line is every time we got to go fight somewhere, you boys give us a ride.
He's being a jerk.
Yes, he is.
So in the Army, troops, supplies, providing fire support on the battlefield, that kind of thing. So again, those are just like very basic things. But I just remember I didn't understand why the Navy men were operating jets.
Now you know.
And there are absolutely zero women in this movie who are in the or that are a Top Gun.
You got to wait for Top Gun Maverick for that to happen.
I know. I wonder when that changed.
Good question.
Or I wonder what the reality was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, that's my beginning of random facts. You go ahead.
Yeah, let's go back and forth. Ali Sheedy turned down the role of Charlie because she didn't think anyone would want to see a movie about fighter pilots. She later regretted this decision, also considers it biggest mistake of her career, quite possibly.
Sure.
Bryan Adams was asked to allow his song Only the Strong Survive on the soundtrack, but he refused because he felt that the film glorified war.
Interesting. Gosh, Bryan Adams has made a lot of missteps. He also, when American Idol first started, they wanted to use, maybe it was Glee. When Glee first started, they wanted to use one of his songs and he said no. And that became like the quickest way to get your song back in the top 10.
Right.
So he made a lot of missteps.
I know. And he made a lot of good steps too.
True.
I'm a big fan of Bryan Adams. We saw him in concert, by the way.
Just recently.
The line, I feel the need for speed, ranks number 94 on the American Film Institute's list of 100 movie quotes. I'm going to give you number 93 and number 95. So the need for speed is 94. 93 is, life is a banquet and most poor suckers are starving to death. That is from 1958.
Okay.
It's from Aunt Mame. I don't know if that's the name. That's the name of the movie. Auntie Mame, whatever that is. And then 95 is Carpe Diem. Seize the day, boys. Make your lives extraordinary. Dead Poets Society.
Dead Poets.
Kenny Loggins was not the first choice to record the song Danger Zone for the film. You told me who it was, didn't you?
I did. And I have to think about who it was. I did tell you, but I can't remember.
Toto,
that's right.
and REO was also asked. They both said no. Kenny Loggins did it. Cougar was supposed to have crashed while trying to land back on the carrier, and his death was supposed to be why Maverick slid into Cougar's spot. But this was summarily cut by the Navy, as this was intended to be a recruitment tool for the Navy. They didn't want negative attention drawn to a particularly hazardous aspect of serving on a carrier or flying fighters.
Okay, I got a hot take, so give me my hot take music.
I can do that.
Boy, it's hot.
Okay, so this is my hot take. Cougar, who is played by John Stockwell, is that right? Something Stockwell?
Let me see. I got that.
Anyway, I know this actor because he was in the movie Christine, and I just remember him from that. He was like the cool guy.
Okay.
Anyway, my hot take is that, okay, I'm kind of piecing this together, but Maverick and Goose, again, just like you said, really weren't supposed to go to Top Gun.
No.
Cougar was supposed to go.
Correct.
And so they kind of got in under the radar.
They did.
Right? And Iceman, this is my hot take. Iceman is so obviously the best pilot. Like far and away. Like when I watched it this time, I was like, there wasn't really a competition. And I'm not talking about because Goose died, because we know that was not Maverick's fault.
Well, Ice was winning the competition.
Yes.
Maverick was just a few points behind. He was. But Ice is more predictable.
Correct.
Less erratic.
Thank you.
Yes, I get it.
Like Maverick may be able to, like, you kind of get a vibe about both of them. Maverick just by his name, right? Like he's not
we know who
stable.
he is. Right.
And Iceman is like consistency. Like that's why they call him Ice. And he's like great under pressure. Like what's his name? Maverick bugs out at one point.
Well, you're kind of getting to my hot take here.
Okay. So let me just.
Boy, it's hot.
Okay, go ahead.
I have 9 reasons why Maverick's an idiot.
All right, let's hear it. Do you want to do your top 10?
I
Sound?
can do my top 10.
The countdown continues on our way to number 1.
Kisses coast to coast.
Okay.
All right. Top 10 or so reasons. Yeah, actually 10 reasons why Maverick's an idiot.
Okay, let's hear it.
In no particular order.
All right.
Number 1, he buzzes the tower on a whim after a successful intercept. So just the buzzing the tower thing.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
And Goose is like, dude, stop it.
Yeah.
I want to graduate.
Yeah.
Like you're putting.
Goose has got a wife and a kid, and you're
stop
putting
it.
him in peril.
Correct.
He inverts over the Soviet MiG to give the pilot the finger.
You just said Soviet, so you're telling me these are the Soviets.
Make that plane.
Got
but
it.
They don't know who's flying
it. Okay, keep going.
He had sent Charlie by ambushing her with a bar full of strangers singing at her.
Correct, which is super uncomfortable. And then he goes in the bathroom.
Well, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
He flies below the hard deck repeatedly, so he keeps breaking the rules.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to fly by those rules.
He freezes in the cockpit during a real mission at the end.
Yes.
He freezes.
And again, we got to cut him some slack. His friend died.
He shouldn't be up there in the first place.
Exactly. Like he's still dealing with that.
Rides a motorcycle with no helmet.
Right.
He arrives at a date saying that he's going to take a shower.
Right. And he's 30 minutes late.
He went into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Stalker.
Total
You get arrested
stalker.
for that, I think.
And there's other women that could be in there.
He throws Goose's dog tags away.
Okay, that's just save that one. Put a pin in that.
And Maverick is a spoiled little boy when Charlie is making fun of, not giving him direct feedback on how he flew in the classroom.
Yes.
And he, like, the little boy doesn't get his way. So he gets on the motorcycle, revs it really loud. She's trying to talk to him. And he says, I can't hear you.
Well, and let's really call this what it is. It's his little boy, and it's also a woman telling him he's wrong.
Of course.
And he doesn't like that.
No, he doesn't.
And he totally does it. And then that's what's annoying about that scene is then when she catches up to him in her Porsche, she's like, I'm falling for you.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
What part? Maybe because he's physically attractive, but aside from that, he hasn't given her very much.
No. And so those
other than the whole hard to get thing, which I was going to ask about.
Yeah, I guess.
Because he definitely plays hard to get. So we can talk all about the date. Maybe we should talk about the date at some point. But anyways, okay. So you keep going with random facts.
Okay, so Tom Cruise is 5'7". Kelly McGillis is 5'10". Tom Cruise is 24 in this movie. Kelly McGillis is 29. So there's quite a difference between the two of them.
Yep.
Tom Cruise, people who were watching dailies from the movie or whatever, they wanted him to wear lifts in his boots, and they also told Kelly McGillis to take her shoes off.
Yep.
So they wanted them to be the same height. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see if there's anything else. No, we talked about this a little bit, that there are extra scenes that were added to this movie, but it was after they had wrapped filming. And so the elevator scene is the funny one to me. Now, why did they add these scenes? Because people who were watching like a cut of the movie felt like the romance between Charlie and Maverick was not developed enough.
A little forced, maybe.
Yeah. It would just, they're like, and I agree, because even with the scenes they added, I don't think it's a very well developed romance, to be honest with you. I don't get it. Like, I'm kind of like, what? Okay, so I'll get into that later. But the extra scene in the elevator is funny because Kelly McGillis has her hair in a hat, why? It's because her hair is dark because she was doing a different movie that I had never heard of. And then Maverick has a towel around his neck because he had grown out his hair for The Color of Money.
Trivia.
and he
What is
plays
his
Vince.
name? Oh, Vince. Very good. Didn't even get a chance to ask you.
Yes. And so he had to like hide his hair with that towel.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was one scene. And then it said the motorcycle scene was also added. Is that true?
Which motor? There's like 4. You mean where they're making
Where
out?
they're, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
So I'm like, if you had to add those two scenes, where did you think there was any romance before that?
Yeah.
I mean, besides their sex scene.
Right.
But anyway, so that's interesting. And that's about all I have.
Matthew Modine was originally offered the lead role of Maverick because there was a world where Matthew Modine was a bigger star than Tom Cruise.
So, okay, Vision Quest. When did Vision Quest come out?
I have no idea, but I think it was like the mid 80s, maybe 84, 83.
It's interesting that we're talking about this because I was just...
Where's Jason when you need him, sweetie?
Oh yeah. I was just listening to something about Full Metal Jacket, which Matthew Modine was in, and that had originally been offered to Anthony Michael Hall, and he decided to do SNL instead. And so then Matthew Modine got that role.
Yeah.
So then it's interesting that Matthew Modine, you know what I mean? It's interesting, all these like sliding doors, you know, who's doing what. Oh, also Meg Ryan and Anthony Edwards, Goose, were dating in real life when they were filming this, but it was secret.
They moved in together and then broke up shortly thereafter.
Correct.
Tony Scott actually wrote a personal check for $25K on the set to force an aircraft carrier captain to turn the massive ship around so he can get a specific backlit shot for 5 minutes. That guy's committed.
Yeah.
The massive success of the movie sent shockwaves through the military. The U.S. Navy reported a massive 500% increase in young men signing up to become naval aviators.
That's insane.
Recruiting booths were actually set up by the Navy directly outside the movie theaters and suburban malls to catch the hyped up teenagers leaving the film. That's interesting. This one is a sad one that I'm sure you know. Art Shaw, the renowned aerobatic pilot hired to film the flat spin sequences, died when his plane went into an unrecoverable spin over the Pacific during production. The film is dedicated to him.
Yes, I did know that.
Anthony Edwards was the only actor among the core group of pilots who never vomited while filming.
Oh, even Tom Cruise, huh?
Good for him. Oh, yeah. The real-life love interest was based on Christine Leggs Fox, a highly respected civilian math expert who rose to become the acting deputy secretary of defense.
Oh, you're saying that's who Charlie was acting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then John Carpenter and David Cronenberg were both offered the opportunity to direct the film before the studio finally landed on Tony Scott. John Carpenter, that's interesting.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Also, Kelly McGillis's date, the one that she's on when, you know, Maverick's trying to hit on her, she's in the bar with this guy named Pete Pettigrew.
Yep.
And he's the real Viper from the real Top Gun school.
That was in my hidden gems, so you beat me to it.
Sorry, buddy.
That's okay. That's all I got for WTF.
Okay.
Or random facts. Now we have WTF.
WTF.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
It did, didn't it? I'm just going to compress that because it's too long. You got any WTFs?
I do. Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
My first one, you just said Maverick should not have thrown those dog tags.
No.
I mean, that's like Titanic when she throws the diamond in the water.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Those dog tags belong to his wife.
Yeah.
Why are you throwing them?
Maybe his wife's like, you know what, Maverick, you flew with them, you take them.
And maybe, but even that then, why would you want them in the ocean?
Yeah. Why
Why wouldn't you hang them or wear them? And again, he may have his reasons. I just didn't know what that reason was.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that didn't work for me. I already said that everybody's wet and sweaty all the time, which makes me laugh. And then, of course, the biggest WTF is the gay theory about this movie.
I actually have the scene of that movie that Tarantino did, if you want to hear it.
Yeah, go ahead and play it.
So just so everybody knows, there is a movie. I don't even know the name of the movie.
Sleep With Me.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And Tarantino is an actor in that. And I don't know if this is really his belief or if it's his character, but he talks about what the real meaning of this movie is. So,
you know what one of the greatest fucking scripts ever written in the history of Hollywood is?
What?
Top Gun.
Oh, come on.
Top Gun is fucking great. What is Top Gun? You think it's a story about a bunch of fighter pilots?
Yeah, it's about a bunch of guys waving their dicks around.
It is a story about a man's struggle with his own homosexuality. That's serious. That is what Top Gun is about, man. You've got Maverick. All right, he's on the edge, man. He's right on the fucking line. All right, and you got Iceman and all his crew.
Right.
They're gay. They represent the gay man. Right. All right, and they're saying go the gay way, go the gay way. He could go both ways.
What about Kelly McGillis?
Kelly McGillis, she's heterosexuality. She's saying no. Go the normal way. Play by the rules. Go the normal way. And they're saying no. Go the gay way. Be the gay way. Go for the gay way. Right? That is what's going on throughout that whole movie. He goes to her house, right? All right. It looks like they're gonna have sex. You know, they're just kind of sitting back. He's taking a shower and everything. They don't have sex. He gets on the motorcycle, drives away. She's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on here?
Right.
Next scene you see her. She's in the elevator. She is dressed like a guy. She's got the cap on. She's got the aviator glasses. She's wearing the same jacket that the Iceman wears. She is, okay, this is how I got to get this guy. This guy's going towards the gay way. So I got to bring him back. I got to bring him back from the gay way. So I'm going to do that through subterfuge. I'm going to dress like a man. All right? That is how she approaches it.
Right.
Okay. But the real ending of the movie is when they fight the Migs at the end. All right, because he has passed over into the gay way. They are this gay fighting fucking force, all right? And they're beating the Russians. The gays are beating the Russians, all right? And it's over, and they fucking land. And Iceman's been trying to get Maverick the entire time. Finally, he's got him, all right? And what is the last fucking line that they have together? They're all hugging and kissing and happy with each other. And Ice comes up to Maverick, and he says, man, you can ride my tail anytime. And what does Maverick say? Maverick, you can ride my...
That's not what he says.
No.
He says you can be my wingman.
He takes a lot of different liberties because, one, Maverick never does take the shower. He's like, he's showering. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He wanted to, but he didn't get a chance to. So there was some liberties
And
taken in that.
Charlie or Charlotte, she's dressed like a man through the whole thing. She's dressed like an officer and a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
She's not an officer, but when I say she's dressed like a man, what I mean is she's wearing like a big bomber jacket, and her in the elevator is really not that much. Is not that
She's
different.
Wearing a hat.
Yes, that's the difference. Here's the thing. That's like totally over the top and just
it's kind of funny.
It's a funny thing. But what I will say is that because I've heard that before and read that before, etc., I was listening to the movie a little differently this time. And sorry, but they totally don't even discuss the playing with the boys scene, which there's a song called Playing with the Boys.
Right.
And then they're all sweaty playing, volleyball. And he doesn't even mention that. That's like
surprising he doesn't mention that.
Yeah, that's like more of an example than anything. But there are places like when there's this conversation between Wolfman and Hollywood in the classroom where they're hearing about how fast a Meg can go or something. And Wolfman says, this gives me a hard on.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hollywood says, don't tease me.
Yeah.
That's
a
little that is more, homoerotic than everything that Tarantino was just saying. And like there's Slider to Goose. Goose says, Slider says to Goose, whose butt did you kiss to get in here anyway? And Goose says, the list is long but distinguished. And Slider says, well, yeah, so is my Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Like
there's a little, somewhere between locker room sexual talk and potentially perceived as gay men talking to each other.
Yeah. And again, I don't think that was and I think Tony Scott was actually asked this question, right?
I wonder what he said.
He said no.
Do you want a little bit of the volleyball scene just for kicks?
If you want.
All right.
Here it comes. Woo! That's good. Come on.
Wearing a watch.
Goose, not sexual at all.
But Goose is wearing normal clothes.
Come on now, 47. Now get them. These guys are animals.
What's that move right there?
That's I'm a karate man move. I don't know what it means. But I am so stupid when I saw that because I identify as straight. I don't think I even knew until college how much either gay men or women like that scene because it's
just
candy.
It's just their bodies. Yeah.
It's just, and I didn't even know. I'm like, oh, I thought it was weird that he's wearing jeans, but I didn't think like, oh, this is a really kind of music video scene to try to titillate the people.
Yes, because when you were young, you weren't thinking about how movies were made. But now you understand that any movie you say, they're trying to entice you with something.
Yes.
They're trying to show you something that you may not need.
Right.
It may not move the story around forward, but you still
That's
are
why this
it.
movie is more of a music video to me than a movie with substance and story and all that. I mean, it has it, obviously. But anyway, so.
Okay, so my final WTF is my top 10.
Okay.
You ready?
Hold on. Should I
Okay.
do my Casey Kasem thing?
Please.
All right, hold on.
The countdown continues on our way to number 1.
Casey's Coast to Coast.
So this is my top 10 list of inappropriate relationships in films.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
You got 10 of them.
I sure do.
All right. I'm going to give you a drum roll just for one of them, though.
I had to work kind of hard.
I'm sure you did
these.
to get 10 of them.
Yes, to find 10 of them that movies I've seen and that I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with number 10. I did put these in order of like how inappropriate it is, and we can debate some of them if you want. But number 10, like the emotional detachment issue, which is in the movie Up in the Air. So do you remember Up in the Air with George Clooney? And then I can't remember what is her name. She's in all the Conjuring movies. Anyway, they have this relationship and they like actually go to a wedding together and all these things. He's not with anyone. She's married with children.
Yeah.
And she's like, because they travel all the time, she has this other life. And when he tries to cross those boundaries, it's a very sad scene.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Number 9, this is more of a professional problem. Jack Traynor and Tess McGill and Working Girl. Like,
Yeah.
That's not
Sure.
They're supposed to be working together and developing a plan together, but they're sleeping together. And plus Tess is pretending to be Catherine Parker's peer instead of her secretary, but that's a whole nother thing. I'm on Tessa's side, but it's also inappropriate.
Okay.
Number 8, the movie Election. How many times have you seen Election?
I've never seen it. I've seen parts of it with you, but I've never seen it from start to finish.
So the movie Election is the kind of the whole premise. Reese Witherspoon is a student, and then Matthew Broderick is one of her teachers. And part of the reason he dislikes her so much and doesn't want her to win the presidency is because she had been sleeping with a teacher who it was his best friend, and then he got fired.
Yeah.
And so he's mad at her because she didn't have any consequences.
Right.
And don't even get me started about that. Let's see. Number 7, the step sibling problem in Clueless.
Yeah.
So Cher and Josh end up together, but they're actually step brother and sister.
No blood, but family-wise.
Yeah, not
probably not a good
biologically.
idea.
Josh is Cher's former stepbrother, and they share the same house and father figure.
Yeah.
So again, whatever. Number 6, Twilight. I love Twilight, and
Yes,
I
you
love
do.
Edward, but
The Dracula movie.
vampire humans and humans
we should
together.
probably keep it, undead, alive,
Not
separate.
correct. And then Wolfman or wolf and human, not great as
Probably
well.
not good. Let's keep their own species.
Let's just, it's just questionable.
Yeah.
Am I okay with it? Yeah. I read it and watch it.
Thank goodness. I don't know who you'd be if you didn't have Edward.
I know. I really do like Twilight. Number 5, the whole corporate thing and sexual harassment. Remember Disclosure?
Yeah.
With Demi Moore and Michael Douglas. They're actually, they have a history of being together. And then there's a scene where she kind of, takes big time initiative even when he's saying no.
Yeah.
Number 4, the 30-year age gap, and not to mention young person in high school in American Beauty. American Beauty does not hold up.
No.
It was Best Picture that year, 1999, but Lester, played by Kevin Spacey, and again, he doesn't hold up either.
No.
He's totally into his daughter's friend,
Yeah.
which is completely inappropriate, and he daydreams about her.
Bad idea.
Number 3, I'm putting Top Gun there
All right.
because professional instructor and student, they
Yeah.
should not be sleeping together.
At least they're both adults. It's not the Mary Kay Letourneau thing.
No, it's not. But there's still, don't you think
There's probably some agreement that she has in her contract or he has in his contract, like, no sleeping with your teachers, but who knows?
Well, I don't know if they have contracts.
Of course they do.
Oh, maybe they do, but he doesn't have a contract.
I mean,
he's a pilot. I mean, I guess he could.
Sure.
I get maybe they haven't talked to them. It's just something that we kind of just gloss over, the fact that because that scene where she tells him he does something wrong and he gets pissed and he leaves.
I think it'd be worse if she was in the military, but the fact that
True.
she's a civilian, I think probably helps out a little bit.
Maybe. I still put it as number 3. Number 2, The Crush, which actually has Tom Skerritt. No, that's different. That's Drew Barrymore.
You're
and Tom
thinking
Skerritt.
of the Robin Hood guy, the guy.
Yes, I'm thinking of the Robin Hood guy.
I know what you're talking about.
The Princess Bride guy. And the crush is, I think that's, it's who plays Cher. Who am I thinking of?
Alicia Silverstone.
Alicia Silverstone. But they're basically the same movie. Poison Ivy was the Drew Barrymore, Tom Skerritt one.
Mm-hmm.
So basically just any, like there's a minor and she's sleeping with a guy who's like an adult who's, a man.
Yeah.
It's not okay. And then number one, the ultimate breach, because this became kind of a thing for a while, what is the movie The Prince of Tides, which is a wonderful book that I really loved. And I loved this movie. But Barbra Streisand plays a therapist and Nick Nolte plays the patient, and they sleep together. They actually fall in love.
And does he keep paying her to be her therapist after they hook up?
No, she wants to be together forever. She wants him, and he's considering it, to leave his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He's married to Blythe Danner, and she's like, come be with me in New York. And he wants to, he loves her, but then he chooses his wife because they have three daughters.
Right.
But that's just not what therapists do.
Yeah, that's on the do not do list.
Yeah, so that's my list. And they all like have other movies that fall into that category, kind of like the Poison Ivy crush thing. That's a Lolita thing. Actually, the Lolita thing, I actually saw a clip from Lolita and I couldn't believe it. Like, it's like a 13-year-old girl in a movie with like Jeremy.
What about Jerry Lee Lewis?
Right.
He went on tour in Europe and then came back with his distant cousin who's 13 years old.
And then Priscilla Presley too. I don't think she was 13, but she was close to that.
It's just messed up.
It's hard to, when you see it, you're kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my very long list, but I thought it was appropriate for this Top Gun.
Very good, babe.
Okay, so I'm done with WTF.
Well, one WTF I have is when ice bites the air. I don't know what it is.
What do you mean he bites the air?
This part. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Nice. Man.
Boys.
What's your problem, Kazansky? You're everyone's problem. That's because every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous.
That's right. Nice. Man, I am dangerous.
Oh, they don't show it. And I know it wasn't sharing my screen, but he does this thing with his mouth. He's like,
yeah.
It's like, what is he doing? Like, is that like a burn when you like pretend to bite your teeth together?
Val Kilmer wanted to bite and sniff in this movie.
That's random, but okay.
He sniffs too.
Yes, he does.
When he's talking about Goose. We all loved him.
Goose. Speaking of, so this, I'm going to share my screen because this is a 49-second scene, and I think that we can make fun of it a lot, which is why I want to do it. So this is the part where Goose dies.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise is in his tighty whities.
Yeah.
And
Viper comes in.
Viper comes in. And we are going to play this scene. Can you see my screen?
I can.
All right.
How you doing? Goose is dead.
Okay, let's stop there for a second.
Well, he's about to say, I know.
I feel like you could have, I don't know, softened it up a little bit instead of the 3 words, Goose is dead. But all right.
I know. Fly jets long enough, something like this happens.
Viper.
Like,
super
once again,
compassionate.
not a lot of compassion happening.
Here's my responsibility.
My squad in Vietnam, we lost 8 of 18 aircraft. 10 men.
So I've been taught when you're trying to hold space for somebody, you don't talk about your experience of how it was either same or worse. So I just don't think Viper's doing that good of a job.
Well, I mean,
you die too. But there will be others.
Oof.
Look at the bright side.
There will be others who die.
There's going to be other people.
First of all, this is 1986. Men do not talk to each other very compassionately in movies.
Especially in the military.
Correct.
Yes. And I don't know if there's anything left here, but.
You can count on. You got to let him go.
He literally died
like
yesterday.
30 minutes
yeah,
ago.
right.
I mean, and You gotta let him go. And here's the thing.
That's enough. Okay.
Does anybody, there's so many things in that. First of all, the tidy whities are a thing.
Yeah.
The other thing is that he comes in and says Goose is dead as if Maverick didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like he was holding him in the ocean. He knew he was dead. And the way that they pulled him up into the helicopter, like he was like a body, you know? So if he wasn't dead, that could have been a problem. And then he also is kind of like, you got to move on and you got to graduate. And then they have him immediately do a really difficult like excursion.
Yeah.
And,
like go back out there.
And my question is, do you like, because at one point Maverick flies with somebody else and that guy is like, you're not doing it right.
His name is Sundown, sweetie.
Sundown. So are there like,
Hey, man, we could have had it. Hey, I'm good and ready. You got that?
Do you know who Sundown is? Do you know what other movie Sundown is in?
No, what else is Sundown in?
He is the guy that I don't like in Top Gun or in Die Hard.
The guy who's on the computers?
Yes, the computer guy.
Oh, how'd you figure that out?
I do my research, babe.
It's not the Huey Lewis guy.
No.
Or the guy who takes the candy
name?
bar.
What is his name in Die Hard? I don't remember.
I don't remember. But he's very smart.
Yeah.
But not very compassionate.
No.
He comes in talking about the basketball game.
Yes, he does.
Anyway, so going back to, are there like partners and then individuals? Because what is Pete going to do now?
No idea.
Like
well,
he doesn't
got to be assigned somebody, right?
Yeah, but it seems like these people build these relationships.
Well, and one of my unanswerable questions, because I have a bunch of unanswerable questions, but I'll just say it right now. What do the guys in the back seat really do? Because it doesn't seem like they're in charge of a lot.
No, they are. I read about it.
Okay, what are they in charge of?
They are the people. I wrote it down.
Probably navigation.
Their navigation, and they can see who's behind them and around. Like their job, the guy in front, it's his job to fly the plane. The guy in back, it's his job to navigate and to see who's around them. So it's like two totally different jobs. And if you are in the back, you cannot fly the plane.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does. And I feel like, God forbid the guy in the front passes out because of...
it happened. Cougar.
Yeah. So how about we let the guy in the back steer a little bit?
Right. Maybe it should be, why don't you get in on that
talk to the Navy about
$30 million plane and see if you can figure that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like what happens with Cougar at the very beginning is his RIO? Rio? Do they call him a Rio?
I don't know if it's Rio or Real, R-E-A-L. I don't know. Or R-E-E-L. I don't know.
I thought it was, I don't know. But anyway, it's Rio. I wrote down R-I-O. So he's saying, we got to get this guy down because my pilot is not flying because Cougar freaks out kind of like Maverick does at the end.
That's right, baby.
So, okay, keep going.
Rio, sweetie.
That's their song.
That was a little loud. Sorry.
It was. It really came loud in my ears.
Not in my ear.
Not in my ear.
All right. So I think we're done with WTFs. What are we doing next?
I want to.
Do you have any hidden gems?
Just one that we already talked about.
Okay, so let's skip it.
Tim Robbins. He's my hidden gem.
I know, but we already talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Rolling in the Deep?
I totally didn't do Rolling in the Deep.
I got one.
Okay, good. Yay! You never do Rolling in the Deep.
I know. Why didn't you do it?
Did you forget? Know. I forgot.
No. So my Rolling in the Deep is that
that's weird.
Is it?
It's weird that I wouldn't do it, but you would, because every single show we've ever done, you've never done it.
If I think of something, I'll add into whatever you're doing.
All right, so go ahead.
So I feel like this is such a wonderful example of the man box.
Yes.
As is most other movies where guys are trying to be tough and stoic. But here's some examples. So in this movie, the idea is to suppress vulnerability. So Maverick loses Goose. No time to be sad.
He needs to move on.
He needs to move on. The whole idea of the movie is to compete, competition, not collaboration.
Right.
Don't ask for any help. Maverick is not a big fan of getting support or help from anybody. The minute Charlie criticizes him in that classroom,
he's pissed.
He's pissed at her. The only emotional expression is really anger.
True.
I mean, there's some
There's
joy,
some crying.
joy at the end. Yeah, there's a little bit of
Maverick cries a little.
There's a little bit of sadness.
Mm-hmm.
Stoicism is obviously a strength. Iceman is the stoic. I don't know.
Just that his name's Iceman.
Yeah, like no mistakes,
perfection.
All that. Women as conquests.
For sure.
The whole idea of all these guys singing to Charlie in the bar. So all that. So
yeah, and those that could be scary. Like in the movie, they don't make it scary because she actually goes, sit down.
Yeah,
like
right.
it, like, and I'm putting this in air quotes, works.
Yeah, like in a real world, like
I would be like, please stop.
Yeah, like stop singing to me. Let me enjoy my drink. I got my date,
and I'm on
here.
a date.
Yeah. Fear is not much room for fear in this movie. Goose dies. Nobody sits down with Maverick. Saying,
well, and I feel like that, you're totally right that this is man box stuff, but that's military. I mean, if you're going to fly planes at the highest level, fear, you have to at least know how to deal with fear.
Yeah, for sure. And then Legacy, it's yet another example.
It's a daddy movie.
And a few other movies. Can you think of any other Tom Cruise movies where there's a father wound?
Totally. We talked about all of them a long time ago. We talked about A Few Good Men.
1.
That's a father thing. Magnolia
2
is a father thing.
Good job. Those are the 2 most obvious.
Yeah, but there's more.
Rain Man, there's some father stuff going on.
Right.
I don't know
for
if it's
sure.
father wound, but it's definitely in there.
Todd, 100%. The whole thing is he's not talking to his dad anymore.
Right.
He doesn't even know that Raymond exists.
Yeah. So those are and Top Gun, obviously. So those are the big 4, but maybe there's more.
Is he mad at his dad in Cocktail? I think we argued about that.
Did we even see his dad in Cocktail? We got that uncle who owns the bar.
The uncle owns the bar. Yeah. Nobody really shows up for him.
No.
And I feel like at the beginning of Cocktail, he's like running to a bus. Is that right?
Is. And he's in his little
Was he in the military?
I think he was.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's another one. Risky Business. He gets along with his dad.
Ish. I mean, he's just a teenager trying to get laid when his parents are in Florida. That's what he does.
Looks like U of I, sweetie.
He looks like the University of Illinois. Just wanted to. No, I can't find it. I was going to play a little Cocktail. We'll have to save that for another time.
Are we going to do? Did we already do Cocktail?
I think we already did Cocktail.
We did that in pop culture. No,
we might
didn't
have
do
to
it in Zen Pop.
re-Cocktail.
I think we have to re-Cocktail because was that a summer blockbuster?
I don't think so.
Oh, darn.
When I think of blockbusters, I don't think I'm sure it did fine, but it's not a blockbuster. Okay, so that's all I have for Rolling in the Deep.
Okay.
What other categories do you want to go over?
Let's see. Hidden gems. Well, I want to do, I don't know if this is a category, but I came up with my call sign.
Oh.
So first of all, you already said them at the beginning, but I'll just say them again and I won't attribute them. But these are the call signs in Top Gun.
All
Maverick,
right.
Goose,
Yep.
Iceman,
Yep.
Slider, Hollywood, Wolfman, Merlin, Sundown, Cougar, Viper, Jester, Charlie. Then in Top Gun Maverick, we have a few new ones. Rooster, Hangman, Phoenix, Bob, which is my favorite.
Yeah, Bob's
and do you know
the
that Bob is played by Louis Pullman, who is...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bill Pullman's
Bill
son?
Pullman's son.
No way.
Payback and Fanboy.
Yeah.
My call sign, so this is what I did. I did use AI for this.
Okay.
I put in everything I do for a living. Like I put in therapist and writer and podcaster. And then I put in the things I like to read, like personal growth, and the things I write is about healing and helping and everything. And then it gave me my call sign.
What is it?
Oh, and I also put in that I was a Leo because I was born in July. Compass.
Not bad.
Right?
Yeah.
I like it. I
thought-
think
I
I'd
thought
like
were
you
gonna
to
say,
call me
like,
that.
Learn. Because
No.
you and I used to come up with one word to encapsulate ourselves.
Yeah.
And yours was learn. And that was like 10 years ago.
Mhm.
What was mine? I think mine was dutiful.
Mm.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm different now.
I hope so.
And I still like to learn, but I think I was so over the top with learning. And I will, because I also, as a teacher, I guess that makes sense. But a call sign, no one's going to call me learn. You do know what I mean? You need an active word. You need something that you are.
I hear you.
Like, we're not going to call you dutiful. We're going to call you like.
Yeah. I get it.
You know what I mean?
Well, and I feel like we did that as an exercise of.
It was a totally different exercise. It wasn't a call sign.
Yeah, it was from a book you read. You're like, come up.
Yeah.
It was Liz Gilbert.
Yeah, it was Liz
She's
Gilbert.
like, come up with a word.
Well, and it's in Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Like, what's a word that describes what you're doing?
Right.
And so,
well, I think they do it by country too.
Sweetie, your call sign is purple glasses.
That's right. But that's kind of long. It's hard. Purple glass, 4 syllables.
What if your call sign was just purple?
There you go. Because I do like to. And how about my sweatshirt?
It's Todd's wearing our new Zen Pop swag. We have a Zen Pop sweatshirt.
And if you want,
we're not selling.
If you want a version of it, you can't have one.
You can't because we're not selling.
I'm done stocking stuff in my closet.
If you know us, you could email us and maybe we'll get you one. But we don't have a store anymore.
Okay. Do you have anything else? Because honestly,
see.
I gotta pee really bad.
Do you?
I do.
Todd's got a small bladder.
I do.
That's kind of a new thing.
I know.
Okay, I'm going to end with this. I'm going to end with tell you my best scene and then my song.
Okay.
Okay. The best scene, I mean, there's so many good scenes in this movie. This isn't really the best one, but my favorite scene, and I said it last night, is at the very end of the movie when Maverick is sitting in the bar, an empty bar, and he is reading a newspaper.
Yep.
And there's a cigarette machine behind him.
Yes, there is.
And Charlie, Kelly McGillis, puts a quarter in the jukebox. And I said, I miss all those things. I miss reading a newspaper. I miss jukeboxes and I miss cigarette machines.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know cigarettes are bad for us. I just used to like them a long time ago, but it just all felt so, and it's like a hot bar and it just all looked great.
Yeah.
And then my song, you ready for a music game?
Let's hear it.
Okay. It's Steve Miller, Jet Airliner.
I feel like we just listened to that.
We did in the car. We were listening to it, which is why it came to me.
I'm going to let you win this because one, I don't have
pee.
any good songs and I have to pee really bad. So
okay, everybody, before he
what's
plays
next
it.
week?
This summer blockbusters. Next week, I don't know, Raiders or Gladiator. What do you want to do?
Let's do Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay, good.
All right.
Raiders. Harrison Ford, everybody.
Keep trucking.